I think the main challenge is everyone understanding the real benefits that build to rent can bring for all of the stakeholders involved. For us as a supplier into that sector, it's really making sure clients understand the benefits of the products that we can sell. So bathroom pods, understanding the initial capex and looking at the opex savings, and having that good data available so people can make decisions off the back of it.
So we've seen initially within the last sort of 3 or 4 years that there are some bad examples of where people are building schemes and it's not necessarily in desirable neighbourhoods. I think that's a real challenge.
Biggest challenges are viability. We've done a session today, fun enough, just trying to illustrate just how difficult it is to make the numbers work in an environment where the build for sale market is still being promoted far way and beyond what the multifamily sector is. So that's the biggest thing, and for me it's probably the biggest challenge for the success of the sector as a whole, with this weight of capital that we hear so much about. And they can allocate that into different subsets away from residential. We really need to try and harness the opportunity that exists to increase our housing stock and housing supply.
There's a very big difference between people really understanding the difference and the offering and the premium that people are trying to charge. So I think as more assets trade and some more sort of people come into the market, I think it will be interesting to make sure to help people understand the different offering and why people are charging different things for it.
One of the biggest challenges in getting build to rent up to scale is the availability of sites for development. I think this can be alleviated in 2 ways. One, through the planning system. In other words, making the planning process shorter, because typically to get planning and the affordable housing agreed, the Section 106, would take typically 2 to 3 years. And then when you've got a construction period on top of that of about 4 years, that's 7 years until you start getting to product.
I think planning is a challenge for our investors, but also just the level of investment and funding that's available to them. One of the things that we're keen on is Government's Housing Accelerator is really just making sure that we can encourage as many people to come into the UK with their cash and put equity into this tenure. We know that there's generation rent. A lot of people don't think they're ever going to be able to afford a home, which is another thing we need to address. But therefore, the build to rent sector is really important to providing quality accommodation to those people.
I think from my perspective, certainly the issues around planning and viability are big challenges. I think that the nuances that vary from borough to borough can present real challenges for both our investor and developer clients. And I think as far as the international capital that's concerned trying to come into the sector, I think it's a real challenge just trying to understand the nuances of the UK planning system.